Have you ever thought about importing from China and not knowing where to start? Have you been confused by the Chinese culture? By the steps to take? By the language? Or perhaps who to talk to?
I can help.
No, I can.
Import through me.
This is ChinaDirect Sourcing in plain English. Communicating between countries and different cultures can be tough and time-consuming. Yes can often mean no. Sometimes suppliers will simply say yes just so they don't lose face. The difficulty about China is truly knowing whether you can trust your supplier or not. Will they do the right thing in the time that you need it the most, or will they do the wrong thing and ruin your chances of living your business dreams? Boo! Luckily, thanks to ChinaDirect, the gap between Australian businesses and Chinese suppliers has now been bridged. This now means, with the help of ChinaDirect, businesses of all sizes can successfully import products from China. Yay!
But how?
ChinaDirect see themselves as being project managers. This means that ChinaDirect can handle every part of the importing process, whether it be managing the production process and sourcing timeline, doing a site inspection of the factory and their quality procedures, or arranging the shipping and freight companies to have your products delivered to your door. ChinaDirect can do it all.
But where does an importing project start and finish?
The importing process can be broken down into three main stages: research and tender, sampling and purchase order negotiation, and production and delivery management.
Okay, can you explain what is done in each stage that makes your importing project so successful?
First, we'll start with stage 1, research and tender. In order to construct a strong building, you need to start with a solid foundation. The same goes for sourcing products from different countries. Building a solid foundation with your supplier is the whole point of doing stage 1, research and tender. ChinaDirect goes about finding the right supplier, firstly by getting you to complete a product specification form, which details exactly what you want in your product and what you're looking for in a manufacturer. Once ChinaDirect has received your product specification forms, they can then go to work on locating and qualifying all of the potential suppliers within China. This process can take up to a month, with ChinaDirect contacting at least 30 suppliers from all parts of China. Once your research is complete and stage 1 finished, you will receive a supplier summary report, which is a detailed list of the potential suppliers for your products and their company information, including a contact person. A quote comparison report, which can be used to find fair market price and also in negotiations. And finally, the most exciting report, a landed investment analysis. This is a detailed report which breaks down how much each item is going to cost you landed at your door in Australia, once on costs such as freight, customs clearance and your own investment in ChinaDirect is added on. Once you have decided upon your perfect supplier, you can then choose to move on to stage 2, sampling and purchase order negotiation. This stage can be broken down into 2 parts. Once you have selected your supplier, you'll need samples, and lots of them. This is the point of stage 2A, sampling. The sampling process that you see here is designed to reduce the amount of time and cost involved in getting a quality sample made to your specifications. The process centers around using our China office to filter out the bad samples from the good samples, so you only have to pay for the freight of the ones you want. Once you have your perfect sample, you now need to work out the terms of your agreement with your supplier. This is stage 2B, purchase order. How much? This is one of the first things a person asks when buying a product or talking to a supplier. But when it comes to negotiating with a Chinese manufacturer, price is not the only thing to discuss. What happens if delivery is delayed? What if the quality isn't right? Will you get a refund or replacement stock? How will you pay? How should the product be packaged? These are just a few of the 20 plus clauses that ChinaDirect uses when they're negotiating a purchase order. All of the negotiations are also done in Chinese, so there is no confusion. Yay! A purchase order is made to protect you and the supplier from things that may go wrong. It creates an understanding of what is expected from both parties.
So once I have placed my purchase order, I can now just sit back and wait for my products to arrive?
Wrong. This is one of the most important parts of the importing process. Stage 3, Production and Delivery Management. During the last stage of the importing process, you have to place the purchase order, arrange supplier payment, monitor the production of your purchase order, ensure the quality is correct, which in the case of ChinaDirect means getting them to complete a supplier's self-assessment form, organise shipping to Australia, and have it cleared through customs. As part of Stage 3, ChinaDirect Sourcing will carry out all of these tasks. Woohoo! What makes ChinaDirect Sourcing so successful at importing from China is knowing that you have to micromanage the supplier. During production, ChinaDirect will regularly check in with the manufacturer to ensure that they're running on time and there are no issues. If you are thinking about importing from China, it is essential to not just think about how much money you can save. Rather, to be a successful importer, you also need to know what works, what doesn't, and how to manage the risks involved. This is where ChinaDirect can save you the time, uncertainty, heartache, stress, and disappointment that can come when dealing directly with Chinese manufacturers.